Over the past several months, we've talked about digital signage in a traditional sense. Have you found opportunities in these areas since we last talked about it? Perhaps you've worked with large-scale digital signage projects using Vuzix or Scala-type systems on the enterprise level. But I'll tell you, from the feedback we've received, it seems you're needing a more cost-effective solution to provide digital signage solutions for your everyday projects. You know, small businesses, community colleges, K-12 schools, and churches and private schools. You know, something to compete with those purple boxes that everybody sells online. An Olympic hello to you, everyone. I'm Neil Weber.
And I'm Clay Stalka. And today we'll show you how you can present an exciting and affordable solution that'll change the way your customers communicate their message in small business, schools, and houses of worship. Really, for all of us who might not have the big budget for enterprise digital signage.
Well, Clay, quite a few of us haven't really focused on digital signage because, in a way, digital signage can be out there in a world of its own. So what applications are we really talking about here today?
Well, Neil, what we're really talking about today is just a simple way of communicating a message to the masses. Now, you already sell and install displays, so now you'll have a simple way of providing a means for the customer to present their content and their information. Now, we're not talking about complex graphics development or a level of deployment that requires a staff of people to maintain. We're just speaking to the need for a simple solution that allows end users to easily put their content and messaging on display.
But Clay, there's plenty of $300 boxes out there that'll play a video or a slideshow already, right?
Yeah, there are, Neil. So what we're bringing to the table is the multi-zone look and feel of the complex digital signage platform in an easy-to-use package that even the most technically challenged can operate and maintain. I mean, people are asking for it, right? But up until now, they really couldn't afford what they were really wanting.
So let's think of an actual application. Let's say K-12 schools where they don't have a lot of money to spend, right? They want to show the menu for their cafeteria and they want to be able to update it each day from the main office. But they don't have a network drop at the location of the display, and what's more, they don't have a tech person on site at that school. So what do I tell them?
Well, first, Neil, you should ask them if they can afford just $499. Now, I imagine that answer will be yes. So then you can tell them that they won't need any expensive programming, infrastructure, or graphics. They just need this little box. Now, it's called the Vivitech Novo DS, and it measures just 4 inches by 3 inches by about 3/4 of an inch thick. And it sells for just $499 retail. Now, what makes this little box so remarkable is that inside of it, it's got a quad-core Cortex A9 processor with 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigabytes of onboard storage. So it has enough processing power to display 1080p 60-frame videos cleanly and to output 4K ultra-high definition to 3840 by 2160 displays. Now on the back, you can connect it to a network, get schedules and content from LAN, a USB thumb drive, or a micro SD card. And it's powered by just 5 volts DC. You know, it even has a Kensington lock to keep it securely in place. And as you can see from the bottom view here, it can easily be mounted behind a display with the mounting slots there, or even if you use just a strip of Velcro.
This could be a simple box sale in many cases, but what sets us apart from any other similar solution is the simplicity of setting up and getting it to do exactly what your customers want. Now, what makes this interesting is that you can learn this Novo DS in just a few minutes and provide a value-added service by training your customers how to use it. So, Clay, why don't you show us just how easy I just said it was?
I'll try, Neil. So when you plug it in, this is the display you see. Now I connected a wireless keyboard and mouse to configure the network connectivity. So I click on the Wi-Fi button, and connect to my wireless network, or of course I could use a hardwired network connection as well. Now you see here how easy it is to connect to wireless. So now I can configure my display by clicking on the display button and choosing my resolution and my scaling. Now if you change these settings like I'm doing here, the system will reboot when you click Save. So next I can select Settings by clicking on the Settings button. And here I can select my screen orientation for landscape or portrait. And I can set up my autoplay so I can either pick up where I left off when the unit was power cycled or to start up at a specific playlist. Now down here, if content will be loaded from, say, a micro SD card, we can choose to have it autoplay right from the SD card as well. Now next I can choose to have the system password protected if I want. And I can automatically update the firmware right from my network connection, like this. Now that's all it takes to set up and configure the whole system. So I'll disconnect the keyboard and the mouse, and I'm ready to design the signage.
Well, that really is simple. And for another easy solution, I want to remind you about the Revo Labs Flex UC products. First, we have the Revo Labs Flex UC 500. It's a tabletop conferencing system that's designed to connect to a computer via USB to give you exceptional sound for web conferencing applications such as Skype, GoToMeeting, Spontanea, WebEx, and Zoom, just to mention a few of those. It has 4 outstanding full-range microphones that cover a small to medium-sized conference table or a huddle space. And the two-way speaker system delivers fantastic sound, not just for speech, but for music and presentation audio too. Just plug in the power and the USB to a computer and you're ready for exceptional audio. And by the way, the cool thing is this model is also available in white. I do believe that's probably the only UC product on the market that comes in white. Next we've got the Revo Lab UC 1000. This has everything we just discovered in the UC 500 plus the addition of VoIP dialing. The dialer provides all the control you'd expect from a good conference phone with a nice backlit display, and it provides a convenient interface for the meeting or conference space. Again, it has USB to connect to any computer for web conferencing and an RJ45 jack for connection to the network for your VoIP dialing. Finally, we've got the Revo Labs Flex UC 1500. This has everything we covered in the UC 1000, plus the addition of 2 wired omnidirectional table mics. So it makes the UC 1500 perfect for the larger conference tables and boardrooms. It's the same exceptional audio quality, same easy-to-use VoIP dialer, same USB web conferencing connectivity, and 2 of their pro audio quality wired table mics, which, as a side note, they're also available separately for use with any conferencing mic system. So Clay, now that we've set up and configured the Novo DS system, let's make some digital signage, shall we?
Absolutely, Neil. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go to the Vivitech website, where they have some really helpful tutorial videos that you'll want to have your customers look at. Then I'll scroll down and download the Novo DS digital signage software. It's free, and it's available for Mac or PC. And they even have a simulator that allows you to look at the finished product on any Android mobile device. Then we'll open up the software, choose the Playlist tab, and click on the Create button. So here we see a bunch of preset layout templates to choose from. But for today, I'll click on the Customize button to show you how easy it is to design your own layout. Now on the top right, you see the template editor. I click on that, and here we'll just drag our cursor across the areas we want to create a zone in. I'll put an RSS feed across the bottom. I'll make a box on the left for a clock, and one here below for weather. Then I'll use the rest of the screen here to show a video clip, or 2 or 3. So I'll click OK when I'm done, and then click on Create. Now this takes me to the playlist window. So I'll select the lower box on the left side, and then I'll choose a clock. I'll choose an analog clock here, but I could use a digital clock with time and date information on it as well. Now down here is where you would enter all that information. Now next I'll highlight the box in the upper left and I'll choose weather. Now here I'll put in my location, either by latitude and longitude, or in this case I'll use country and city. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Then below I'll put the details on how I want it to look. And then I click on the video window on the template and I'll choose what video or videos that I want to play. Let's see here. Here's one I'll use. Now once I've selected what I want, I'll just name my playlist up at the upper left side there. And then I'll click on Save to save my new playlist. Now you can make up as many playlists as you want for every occasion, even emergency notification messaging. And that, by the way, is a big deal. So now I'll click on the Devices tab. Now if I haven't already entered my device, I'll add it by clicking on the Device button on the upper left and by entering the IP address of the Novo DS that I'm working on. Then I'll click on the Scheduler button. Now I'll click on the Create button to make a new schedule. I'll name my new schedule file here first. And then I'll click OK. Now you'll see the schedule in the left column. Now I'll go over to the top right and choose Add, and then I'll name my particular schedule here. And just below there, I can choose the dates and the times that I want this schedule to run, like you see right here. Now down on the lower part of the screen, their window, I can select Add as I just did. Here I can select the playlist that I've created and the duration that I want it to run. I can click on that event at any time and change the settings here. Okay. Then I can add additional playlists like I'm doing here. Now maybe I want to have the signage display a different playlist at a different time or day. In this case I have one for the nighttime. And I'll put in the time and click OK. So you get the idea here. It's pretty simple. It's just a matter of going through the steps. Now, when I'm ready to upload the content to my device, I just click on the Devices tab and choose my device. Now, as I mentioned earlier, for the sake of clarity, I'm going to show you how to enter a new device by clicking on that Device button. And here I'll enter the name and the IP address information for each device that I want to add, like I'm doing right here. I'll learn to type one of these days. I wouldn't make a very good secretary.
But you know the latitude and longitude of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah. Here I'll select the playlist that I want to use for that device, and then I click on up top here on the Connect icon, and it shows over to the right, Device Connected. And then I'll click on the Play button to upload and start the digital signage playing. On the right of that, you can see it's loading, and then it says Finished. So the digital signage is now playing. Now, this is really one of the neat things about this system. Anytime I want, I can preview what the signage is actually playing by clicking on the preview bar on the lower left there, and then click on the thumbnail view so I can see a larger view of the device as it looks at that moment. Now, this is not a real-time stream, mind you. but it'll show you a snapshot of what the display was showing when you clicked on the thumbnail, as you can see here. And that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the screen of my digital signage, and you can see it running one of the simple playlists that I created. Now, my design's nothing special, you know, and with a little thought and a bit of creativity, it could look a whole lot nicer. But the idea is that you can sell this to your customers and show them how easy it is to create the zone-based digital signage system that they want with a box that only costs $499 retail. No software to buy, no recurring license fees, and anybody that can use a computer can clearly use a Novo DS.
That really looks cool, Clay, and the quality is actually awesome too. And I'm not quite sure how the guy left his clothes in a pub to go get cash. Maybe that was some sort of thing. I'll leave my clothes here, but I swear I'm going to come right back and pay you.
That's a real RSS feed from Reuters news service that I just grabbed. But anyways, thanks, Neil.
Must be a slow news day, as they say.
I guess it is. So anyway, I hope this will open some doors for you all at schools and small businesses, and certainly houses of worship too.
So the 3 ways your customers' communication will change this year are, number 1, you now have a full-featured, zone-based digital signage system that you can easily support and sell to your customers. Number 2, the Novo DS is a very small footprint device. We gotta get the timing better on that.
I gotta get a sound effect or something.
And it's a very small footprint device, and at just $499 retail, it has a very small price tag. So you can sell lots of them, and your customers can afford lots of them. And finally, 3.
Ding.
Ding. The Novo DS system is so easy to set up and use that even our resident caveman, Clay here, can set it up, design, and run the system in less than 20 minutes. I feel terrible about that, Clay. I'm sorry.
Well, I thank you for the compliment, Neil. I'll have to trim my beard. So before we run out of time, anyhow, let's give away another gift card for one of our lucky friends.
Well, I'll tell you this, Clay. I may not know the latitude and longitude of Fort Wayne, Indiana, but I'll tell you this. Waltham, Massachusetts is known as the Watch City. And Andrew Swansburg, who is coming to us from Waltham, Massachusetts, is the winner of our AV Meetup Coffee Break gift card. Congratulations to Andrew Swansburg.
Good deal, Andrew.
Please tell all your friends and coworkers to join us every other week at the same time. We'd love to have you as a gift card winner. And thanks to everybody for giving us your 18 minutes today to learn more about a new way of helping your customers improve their communication style with the Vivitech Novo DS from Starin.
So everybody, please join us on Friday, August the 19th to learn about the newest invention in Pro Audio DSP on our next AV Meetup Coffee Break. And please remember, you can go to our website to watch all of these AV Meetup sessions on demand anytime.
Very true, and for more information on anything that we've talked about, to register an opportunity, to set up a demo, or to even dive deeper into these products with a personalized online workshop, please contact your Starin Business Development Manager directly, or just email us here at myteam@starin.biz. Our time is up, everybody. We do promise to address your questions and interests directly. It might even be Clay who calls you in person with your answer. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks when we let you in on the next generation of audio DSP from Clear One. We'll see you next time.